maybe when you play White, you just drop all your spells when they go on you, and
I didn't know about the dog tech there.
Yeah, so when you play like Bard against the Fury, for example, you just, or if you have a Bard, you just stand with your Bard. He just Qs the Fury and hits the dogs every single time. They're obviously coming for the fight, but we'll see. I mean, they're going to fight.
Contract spots it. Zazel's coming in as well. Same with B-Voy. Contracts goes over the wall into the Dragon Pit. Locked down so far by Huhi. Damage focused onto Contracts, but now Hanbok's out of the pit. Resonating Strike might get him back in. Darkwing's coming from the flank. Contracts is low, about half health. B-Voy as well. Hit by the ultimate. Now focus onto Darkwing. Shopify Rebellion try and blow up the mid laner. They'll get the Dragon. They will not get the kill, but objective secured there, as the catch-up XP will slingshot Zazel back up there. But the advantage is that if you have level 6 for fights like this, he's not quite there yet, as now the engage from Zazel. Hookshot onto Huhi, taking up a lot of the damage. Impact coming in as well. Not a lot of damage onto the key damage dealers. Huhi's the only one chunked down, as the Dragon's Rage will knock back Shopify Rebellion, but they're just going for the grubs. One taken by Sentinels. Shopify will get 2. Does not look like there'll be much more afterwards, but there's the satchel on the Darkwings. Sentinels about to lose their mid laner, but not enough damage. That'll get ult out of Contract. Shopify will pick up the kill.
Was really good at that time, so it's cool seeing him 10 years later.
Well, let's see if these junglers go for a contest. His Contracts will spot the Dragon being taken and does not go over the wall. Hanbok secures it. So first, I like how this this game has quickly turned into just an interview blabber about the matchups versus Dardoch podcast here. Ooh, nice resonating strike onto Zenny with the Dragon's Rage kick. Back towards Darkwings, but he's able to escape with the hero's entrance. Huhi trying to block the escape path. Will land the Zenith Blade, and that's enough. Sentinels get the kill onto Zenny in the side lane.
So they're very comfortable here.
Yeah, this is feeling like, if I'm Sentinels, I'm feeling like this is a free win right now. I didn't...
Tough schedules, though, with C9 Lion and Team Liquid all present. The Rift Arrow dropped mid lane now by Sentinels, getting some more plate gold for themselves. Looking at B-Boy, get flash out of him with the Solar Flare. So Huhi not quite able to lock down the enemy bot laner, but the Herald will get a lot of gold to Sentinels regardless. Top turret's taken by Shopify in the meantime. Bot lane turret traded as Impact pushed that one in.
I think this was a very good play by Sentinels. They just traded towers, and now Kassante's defending top. I'm not sure about this TP, though. They might fight. It looks like
Kasante TP top to defend the wave. Now he's walking down to join.
He just TP'd and he's just running here, so I'm not sure that he wanted to TP there.
Oh, but a massive chunk on Azazel from the Fog of War. He just has to flash Hextech Ultimatum in onto Huhi, but the Dragon's already down, and now Sentinels can unleash in the fight. Hanbok on a killing spree.
So he probably gave like a wave and a half and wasted his TP, because he could have just been there, but it was no way.
Oh!
No way. No way.
Back in this game, though, it is still a 2.7k gold lead, but more time on this bottom turret does feel nice for Fudge. Meanwhile, it's a dive top lane. He gets the kill credit on the B-Boy, who was all alone.
He should just, I think he should just run top now. Like, after the mid wave, he should run top. He should go defend the tower wave, and then the wave coming at the tier 1, that's Ziggs' wave, and they play on that. You know, they're showing that they're grouped together, and then we still fight. Sometimes miscommunication like that can happen, because if you say,
Rahel just used his E aggressively, gets a huge chunk onto him, but now the re-engage from Sentinels onto Fudge, who stepped up confidently, taking down he's on a killing spree, and Rahel still gets the snipe onto Zazel, no problem from Sentinels bot lane, as the team will push in and get that outer mid turret.
As you said, Blabber, just a rage bait.
That guy was rage baiting.
Yeah, vision control. Hanbok's just going to take it himself.
Hanbok can just take this for free. I'm pretty impressed, Blabber, with Sentinel's control so far this game, like playing with the lead. A little bit funny business with Rahel in mid lane, dying to the Ziggs ult, and then almost dying a second time, but everything else about this game has felt really controlled.
Yeah, I like the way that they're always sending Kassante to the weak side. Even now, like, Darkwing, he probably hasn't been farming for the last minute, but I think it's good for their
You
map.
can just get snap engaged on. Nobody from Sentinel so far has been like too far pushed up, save for maybe a Kassante. I say that now as Kassante's going 16. In. Level 16 going for the fight, has Hanbok behind him. Solo mission for right now, but they turn onto Hanbok. The Mega Bomb will not land. He's able to jump away. Zinni tries to get in onto the Lee Sin, but he's all alone. Flash back towards his team. Solar Flare will not land, as Sentinels still have their top laner buying space.
At this point, Ezreal and Hui might just create space 2v5.
The crucial ults are down. Meanwhile, look at Sentinels. They still have 3 available. Solar Flare's coming off cooldown. Contracts is jumping in. Zazel as well, looking at impact. Big health bar, big tank to get through. They're trying their best as Rahel's taking damage from the Baron. Zazel will fall, but Darkwings is out of the fight too. Sentinels are losing the members at the Baron. Shopify's best shot was the Baron fight. Hambach does secure the big purple worm, but Shopify Rebellion make it pricey. That's a shutdown to 2 members, as Fudge and Contracts will both get those. Who he tried to escape underneath the tier 2 top turret. Zenith played back in, but a third shutdown for Shopify Rebellion.
Now they're looking straight at Rahel, yeah, right as you're mentioning. But Zazel wasn't quite confident enough to go for it. They would have had the Mega Inferno Bomb Plus
to make any space this game because he doesn't have mercs, which means he can't walk up to Leona. It's just a QR and he's dead.
Bucks pushing him off. True Shot Barrage will not land. So Contracts is still relatively healthy right now. And Sentinels are not pushing their pressure onto the Dragon. Now the Hextech Ultimatum onto Hambach. Here's entrance as well, trying to get onto the Lee Sin. Can they chuck him down? So close! They finally get him! Trade of support for Jungler, as now the fight's still going Sentinel's way. They get one more kill as Contracts will fall. They give up Impact though, so it is a 2-for-2 trade at the end of the day. 3 members from both teams stand.
Honestly, I feel like that was a pretty good result. Now thinking maybe 50-50 this Drake. I felt like they had.
He's able to get onto B-Voy. Rahel's trying to get in as well, but B-Boy got the satchel. He's actually losing the poke war. Rahel is just hitting Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot. That's 3 in a row onto Zinni, who now has to walk away. Has the teleport available, has the Hero's Entrance available. Contracts is in the pit, but everybody just turns back in onto the Nefiri, jumps out of there, says my life is not worth the attempt. And that is Dragon's Soul. Now flash out from B-Boy, but Impact straight on top of him. Sentinels have taken down the carry of Shopify Rebellion, and they got the Dragon's Soul. No, it's not over yet. Zazel's still looking over the wall. He's jumping onto Hambach right now. Nice interrupt from Impact with the Q3 and Tofo strike. The Hero's Entrance comes in, but it's into a slaughterhouse. The blender is whirling as Sentinels get the ace.
I felt like they couldn't really fight that because Zazel didn't have ult that whole time. It just came up, but without Camille ult and Galio ult to combo on Ezreal or Hui, they just make too much space. I think they played it slow, they poked them down, and eventually got it, which I kind of wanted them to do in the last raid.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the slip up at Baron, this was a really nice win by Sentinels. Kind of a start to finish victory for Sentinels.
17-8, 4 Dragons to 1. Sentinels step up in game number 1 and will take the first game of this series.
Okay, Blabber, final thoughts on the game, and then final thoughts on your first cast.
Final thoughts on the game, let's take. I think it was...
And yeah, if they lock in the Olaf, then everything is where Shopify thought it was going to be. No flexibility, Cassio mid, Olaf top, Varus AD carry, and it's a standard draft.
Yeah, if it wasn't Sentinels, I would have put a lot more stock in the Varus top. He just accepted the egg for him, and he's still down 2 full waves over Darkwings. Now in the top side, Contracts going in for the gank onto Fudge. As Huhi was there first, the support and the top lane are winning the 2v2. Huhi picks up first blood, looking for a second one. Flash from Zazel to follow up will equalize a 1-for-1 trade. Impact limps away.
Just Olaf things right there. Impact winning the extended trade, but Zazel arrives at the end with a flash heal to make it a 1-for-1. Hambach was actually just in base right there, so at the end it's the numbers advantage that gives it to him. Impact still hasn't base. This seems odd.
Another dredge line onto Hambach, plus the wave there, and in goes the top lane, but Fudge is down! Impact will fall to Zazel, who's got the minions behind him. The range.
You also have to lane. Laning wasn't the problem last game, but this game, it is the problem.
Unfortunately for Shopify Rebellion, as Petrifying Gaze will not land a stun, but the flash forward from Darkwings, he fancies himself an outplay and gets a solo kill. Darkwings stepping up.
Completely off tempo too. His team is taking Drake, so he just moves back towards them. And
Zazel trying to punish. They will go for one. That is Darkwings down, but it's going to be a trade of kills right on back. Sentinels happy to take that one. Darkwings did his job in the 1v1. Now the team backs him up for 2 more in a 3-for-1 trade in the extended play. Trying to join up with the rest of his team. Hambach goes in, chunks out some of the Mini-Nar's health, but will back off, so Sentinels were wise to it. Rahel's trying to get a wave as B-Boy's trying to punish him for it. Instant cleanse on the Chains of Corruption, and Rahel will just lose the 1v1. B-Boy showing signs of life for Shopify.
It's a trap! It was a fake recall, so B-Boy uses his MF ultimate and then fakes his recall in the bush. Rahel is just tired of waiting.
This is the real recall, but I don't know if he's going to get it off. Will flash away from the Noxus Blast. I believe that's still landed.
And Darkwings can see him.
No, he's actually sidestepping. So B-Boy's not taking the damage yet. Dark Wings is just walking around. Will land the miasma.
He hasn't hit him yet, so he's still got a start.
Are there any TPs? Can Fudge come in and help? I mean, somebody surely has to help B-Boy. He just got the solo kill. Back up, your AD carry. Dark Wings will get flash out of Zazel. Has Hambach coming in. B-Boy's going to get collapsed on, and Hambach on a killing spree. Dark Wings.
Team Liquid is performing like the best team in the league, and when he's had a lead, he's really been able to run with it. That was on. The most impressive games like Nefiri, Kiana.
Round two. Flash out from Rahel, throws out the Chains of Corruption. No cleanse that time around. And the Stand United will make it a not fair fight. And Hambach perfectly times the audacious charge to get out of the Cataclysm.
It's a 2v4.
Has Impact behind him, but the rest of Shopify Rebellion will get the shutdown. Finally, Hambach taking off the Rift.
I really thought Impact was just going to run in there and start throwing down. With the fights that we've seen so far in this game, it feels like the teams are just playing a little loose. I mean, just look what's been happening. Bot lane, B-Boy and Rahel just trying to kill each other. The game around the wall that Dark Wings and B-Boy played, and now
Dredge line from Fog of War in the brush. That's Ragnarok out of Impact. You got a problem with how I say the word brush? Ooh, Meganar into the wall, stun, chain CC, and that's a kill. Fudge gets the kill out of Impact.
Nice hook there by Zazel.
Ultimate, but he is Mega now. Could look to TP, but no. Shopify Rebellion will not pull the trigger on that endeavor. The Dragon will be secured here by Sentinels. That is 2 in a row now as they continue the Dragon.
The game right now that they can't actually be first on the objective, and Dark Wings is holding their push bot. So I would favor SR, which is why they're going to
teleport in from Fudge right now. They're going to go for their engage. Answer of a teleport. Zinni doesn't have the team with him right now. Shopify Rebellion immediately back off as Fudge is no longer Mega, but the ball time over the wall onto Ruhi. CC immune goes the top lane. Impact's trying his best. Flashes out of the Cataclysm. Dark Wings will not land the Petrifying Gaze onto anybody. The Crystallized Wall will knock him up. Flashes away from the flag and drag. A Stand United from Hui keeps him safe. No kills on either side. But tight margins there as a couple low health bars mean that Shopify Rebellion can walk this wave in and start hitting this bot turret.
Bit weird there. They teleported in with Mininar, but it was still a good fight for them, and they get some crucial cooldowns out of Sentinels. Impact just hasn't been able to find a good angle to run in on this Olaf. And I believe this is going to buy a lot of time for Zinni to just start getting to his items, as Fudge is then now getting solo plate gold, so he's going to get further and further ahead on the Snar.
Yeah, that's 4 plates down on the bottom turret. No first turret taken yet, but I feel like it could go down here. No, Fudge will not stick around. Dark Wings is there, and Hambach actually hovering nearby. Goes for the Crescent Guard. Not going to land the knockback onto Fudge, though. Went a little early on it. Does land the third knockup from the Q. Just going to dive under the turret straight up onto Fudge. Has the damage from Dark Wings, but Hambach will trade his life for it. Fudge about to go Mega! Fudge with the outplay. Contracts with the kill credit. Shopify Rebellion keep their top laner alive.
That might just be Fudge breaking this game.
Hambach's thinking, oh, he's just going to try and hop over my head from Fog of War, so I'm just going to preemptively throw out the Crescent Guard. But no, Fudge holds the cooldown, waits for it. Dark Wings will push him away, hits the Blast Cone. Sentinels do not have control of the Banana Brush, and the Dredge line will land onto Hui. But Dark Wings just going all in. The Petrifying Gaze not landing onto anybody, and he's taken out of the fight. B-Boy flashes away from the Chains of Corruption. Hui's in the thick of it, but he will go down as well. Fudge looks for the engage onto the AD carry. Impact's doing what he can, but he's stuck in the Cataclysm. Shut down for Rahel on Fudge, but there's only 2 members of Sentinels up. They're going to try and teleport away. Oh, Rahel's TP is stopped by the Crystalline Growth. Oh, the Anivia wall knocking him up and displacing him. So Rahel's going to go down as well. Shopify Rebellion picking up multiple kills and going for the Dragon as well. That is one traded back. Rahel does take out Zinni at the very end there, but Shopify Rebellion fight back.
B-Boy, please, at the very end. But 2 really nice walls by Zinni in that fight. The first one, as Dark Wings is trying the very ambitious flank around the side, cut him off from being able to retreat, and then the second.
So Ragnarok used. B-Boy's back into the mid lane here to catch this wave, and that top turret's not long for this world. Shopify Rebellion will take this one down and continue their gold lead forward, now up to 4. I actually don't know.
Jeez.
I don't remember the name of it.
I mean, I'm from where the Rocky Mountains are as well, but it's not.
You should know this, chat. As Dignitas with their brand new jungler. Never before seen. Engage from Zazel here onto Rahel. Impact's nearby, the wall goes up, it does not trap Rahel, but now Fudge is able to get onto the AD carry, and this time around there's no flash. That means Rahel down. Fudge almost falls back to Impact, who flash over the Baron Pit wall to follow him up. Ragnarok Drain Tank is a lot, but not enough, as the Cataclysm follow-up from Contracts will seal the fate of Sentinels.
Yeah, I can blue trinket.
I said we're fighting on top side.
Not
Not
bad.
I'm coming.
We're out. This is.
Yeah, Shen rotate.
It's full fight, guys. I can live.
I'm just fighting, guys. I'm just fighting.
Looking Shen.
Follow me.
Yeah, I have heal for you. You're fine.
Shen no flash.
No flash. We'll kill him
We can
after.
Nash after this.
No flash.
Do we have damage to Nash?
No, I don't have them.
Good
Shout
job,
out.
Leo.
That was awesome.
Fisher Peak is the tallest mountain in Cranbrook.
In Cranbrook.
Yeah, it's
Where is
9,000
Cranbrook?
feet. It's in British Columbia.
Forgot that the mountains went up that high.
They do. They continue on
They just keep going? They don't stop at
across
the border?
North America. Yeah, they don't
Interesting.
actually stop at the Canada-U.S. border.
Good to know. I was never great at geography. Darkwing's going to take top outer turret here, get some more gold in his pocket, but it is still a 4.4k gold lead overall for Shopify Rebellion as they're on their second Drake of the game. No contest from Sentinels. Not interested in fighting at this point with their gold deficit. Darkwings does have 3 items completed. If there's a moment where Sentinels could look to fight, right now it's actually Hambach getting engaged on by Shopify Rebellion. The Xin Zhao is quite tanky though, and that might have been a bad move from Contracts. Has to flag and drag away. Bullet time straight onto Huhi, but Zazel's the first to fall. Shut down gold over to Darkwings, and a disaster for Shopify Rebellion. Sentinels play around their Cassiopeia, and they get a kill.
Zinni not even there, kind of slowly autoing the turret on Anivia, and now they might need to try and make a 4v5 Baron defense. They see him, and Hambach's got an angle. No turret for him to run to either.
Crescent Guard is available. He can look for the Zinsec play. This time around, he lands it, and Zinni's sectioned off from the rest of the team. Will go into the stasis. Fudge is there. B-Boy goes down to Impact on the flank.
Yep.
And
it's
again,
a
disaster for Shopify. They lose their mid laner. They lose their AD carry right when it looked like the Rebels had a chance. Sentinels close that door shut, and look at the Baron.
They must be so disappointed in themselves right now, but they have to focus to not make it any worse than it already is. Nobody else go in. This Baron is toast. So essentially, Hambach saw an angle, thought they could get a quick kill, but Anivia was not there, so they lose that 4v5. Then they get eyes on Anivia, and Shopify is trying to save that play. Impact has insanely good instincts and finds B-Boy in transition, so they end up getting 3 kills and the Baron off of this.
Contracts is trying to stop some of these backs. We'll
The
actually go for the
Drake is
flag
up.
and
The Drake
drag
is up.
onto Rahel. Cataclysm use. Fudge coming in here, flashes forward with the autos. Rahel flashes back to safety. Hui's trying to keep his AD carry alive, and they do. Darkwings has now joined in on the fight. Shopify Rebellion will take down Hui, but they lose their jungler and their top laner back in their favor. A disastrous series of plays for the Rebellion as they were right on the precipice. Jet, we're talking about mountains. They were climbing this one.
They
and
slipped.
now they've slipped.
They slipped. They tumbled down a couple thousand feet. They went from the peak of Elbert to the peak of Fisher Peak. It's about 4,000 feet difference for those of you who are catching up on the
They're
cast.
still at a peak.
In a bit of a standstill until the next Drake spawns, unless someone sees a remarkable angle.
Sydney's just going to walk into Fog of War.
That's
Goes into the
potentially an
stasis.
angle.
Crescent Guard from Hambach, but the damage is there, and Zenny is still down. Standing Knife from Hui as Cataclysm comes back in from Contract. Chain of Corruption not going to land. Depth Charge will, but that's just a dead mid laner. I mean, you throw out the stun. Yeah, Flash Frost goes into the brush, but they could still be there.
I need to think what Zinni was thinking here. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a tilted play there by Zinni. They should just be catching waves until they want to move out. There's a controller in that bush, and he checks with his face. He falls, and now Sentinels are going to be able to pick up some extra gold.
And again, gold was even. It was still an even game state at that position, but back-to-back mistakes from the Rebels has now meant that Sentinels have a 1.4 thousand gold lead. Fudge has hit Mega, has a potential engage here, but probably a one-way ticket when you're that chunked already. Not going to go for it.
Yeah, there's no
Tier 2
Anivia
mid-turret
to
will go
clear these
down.
waves. That's the whole reason that they want to be able to stop.
Dragon's coming up in 1 minute's time. It looks like Shopify Rebellion are full sending onto Impact. Cataclysm's the only thing that can lock the Olaf into place as the rest of Shopify are now coming in. He jumps away, but now Ragnarok has expired, and that is a shutdown kill to Shopify Rebellion, but that's only the third dragon for the Rebels. That is not soul for them. It just puts them on soul point. You got to favor Sentinels in this trade. as they will take a pretty free Baron right there. Yes, it's a trade of Dragon, but all things considered, you're happy for Sentinels.
Well, is this their second Baron of the game or their first?
This would be Baron number 2.
Well, doesn't matter.
With the push mid, but both side lanes are pushing into them. Sentinels have gotten both of them coming in. Dredge line onto Hambach. He has the Guardian Angel available though, so Shopify Rebellion don't want to full send onto the Xin Zhao. He's about half health here. And is still fine for right now.
They got the...
Oh, if they get Huhi, that's pretty big. Heal is used, Flash still available. And we're just fighting for mid control. Again, there's no objectives up on the Rift right now, but these teams look like they want to go for more. Flash forward from Hambach, follow up from Impact. They're just going to try and chase down B-Boy, but the Cataclysm will stop Impact in his tracks. Now the bolt time comes through. Huhi gets the flash taunt on the B-Boy, but he's going to die. Hambach gets onto the carry and will take him out. Fudge, meanwhile, lands the ult into the wall. Shopify Rebellion's top laner steps up in the team fight. And Shopify will win the fight 1-4, trading up in kills.
And that should probably be the game. There's only Hambach alive with his GA on the side of Sentinels, and I just can't see him stalling for the 40 seconds for his carries to be alive.
What was that, Chad? Sentinels in a stable game state with the Baron. Flash, engage, and full send on the B-Boy. And Hambach will not be enough to stop the push. Still has the Baron powered minions, but that is an ace for the Rebels. And in a crazy end to game number 2, Shopify Rebellion will even out the series. We're going to game 3.
Yes, we are. We're getting another one. Fudge still carried this game. 10 kills on Gnar. Very aggressive.
Is the big one, obviously. That's not going to be available here with the Nocturne. Things like Nico, not going to be available. I guess it'd be like Colleen coming in and maybe flanks. And it's Zehen.
Zehen. It is still a good scaling AD pick. I think he can survive.
Topped off. The Grubs have now spawned, and that is where the first action could break out here.
Everybody is here.
There's the Tibbers going down onto the level 5 Melio. No ultimate available. Has to flash over the wall. Breath of Life could have been big there for Huhi, but just not quite there. Chaos Storm will come down onto Dark Wings as now the fight's in the river. Impact's knocked up and he's about to fall down. The Cyclo for the first blood, but it will be a trade of kills as Hambach pops the Paranoia and Contracts will go. It actually amounted to a play there. As we come back to live though, Contracts will be getting these 2 Grubs. So, at least as David Freak Turley intended it. Yes.
That's exactly what he did.
League of Legends, as Freak intended. Paranoia into the mid lane here, looks at Zinni. Has the flash available, will flash away from the fear as now Contracts going for the re-engage. Cyclone on the Hambach, the Nocturne's down. Kill credit over to Zinni. Shopify Rebellion get the play in the mid lane.
Well played right there. You could see the...
Does Rise want a bit? Oh, Rise still going.
We
have no
match
TP.
now, B-Boy?
I'm ready on mid.
Mid.
I'm ready.
No W, no W, no W.
On
I think my
Nocturne, just front to
just
back,
kill,
front to
No
back.
flash, no.
Nice.
I'll go ball.
Yeah.
Nice call.
Test. As now that's a teleport in from Zinni to the mid turret. Teleport in now from Fudge into the Banana Brush. Sentinels will back off from the Herald. Now they got 2 TPs. It looks like that is enough for them currently as they will let the Herald reset. And now it's Shopify Rebellion that are in the river and on the objective.
Yeah, they just wanted to back up temporarily while Fudge came in with that giant shield.
Now Paranoia into the mid lane here, looking at Zinni. No flash available on the Anne. He's able to proto belt back to safety. Hambach barely lives as Rahel gets the kill credit. Zazel's looking to chase and continue the fight. Now Contracts comes over the Cyclone, but Rahel is out of there. Back to the safety of the mid lane turret. Dark Wings can't quite get out for now, but will, with the help of Impact, tag in the Croc. Look at Contracts. His teammate's going to keep him alive as he's chased all the way to the bottom river. And Sentinels will not find a kill, neither will the Rebels. Zinni's the only one that goes down in the mid lane, but we went from Herald to Dragon, and I guess the Rebels will just start this one up.
That's funny. Nobody had enough damage to finish anybody off in that fight, and Shopify end up picking up their own Drake.
Multiple members of Sentinels around, though. Looks like they want to continue the play onto the Zehen. The passive is not sacked up. That's flash forward from Impact. Paranoia under the turret, and it's easy peasy. Hambach with the kill. Sentinels pull off the dive.
Nicely done there. No messing around. Flash into stun. No chance that Fudge would be able to get that passive up.
Also, question for you, Jad, and for everybody in chat. Do you know the 3 states of matter? Solid Liquid, and the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, where the LCS Championship will be headed from October 3rd to 4th. Tickets are on sale right now. Scan the QR code. I'm really happy that the prompter went that direction because I did not read ahead. Whatever was on that prompter, I was going to say with full confidence.
Full trust.
Full trust, and they did not betray me. Shout out to the prompter writers. I'm going to imagine that one was man. I'm just going to give him credit there. Impact getting chunked out by Zinni. Oh, I heard Grapes in my ear saying you're welcome. We've shouted him out too much on broadcast, though.
Yeah, ego's going to get too
I know,
large.
yeah.
It'll be almost as large as our stats guys.
Leo, Grapes, man. Who are we missing? Shout out Big G.
Big G.
Yeah, Graham. All right, well, Zinni getting chased down by Impact right here, but the team's behind him. Cyclone from Contracts will lock down the Crocodile. Impact almost gets out with the help of Hui. He's healing up a lot, but not enough. Contracts gets the kill to take down that Victor. B-Boy gets out.
Really clutch gravity field right there. Gets the stun onto Nocturne, and then later the stun onto Darkwings. Just perfectly placed on top of the Realm Warp so he'd be able to fall back into his turret. Cost him his
Benefits from that, 1,000 gold up over B-Boy currently. We talked about him playing the AD carry. He's getting engaged on by Zinni, but that's not enough burst damage, and Zinni did not want that fight. Hui in the back pocket or hell will keep his carry alive. Sentinels with the outplay.
Zinni saw more damage in his spells than there was. There was Emilio right behind him, yes, who he had burned heal and ult on Impact, but he still had Cozy Campfire, and Rahel had Barrier, so they just blow him up on the return.
Herald goes mid, not even gonna crack that. A little more back, waiting for the right opportune moment. Shopify will push in this mid wave with 4 members strong and take the turret, cracking that outer mid, while Darkwings on the rise is
Infinity Edge.
Yeah, Hambach's all the way on the top half. He's got the Paranoia available. Fudge has not spotted him yet. Maybe the thought was we can make the play onto the Zehen. Either way, it will just be Dragon to...
Yeah, it's true, but Sentinels is going to be really making work of these side lanes now. I mean, the Rise Nocturne is making it so difficult for Shopify to push deep on any of these waves. It's why they're kind of full sending at mid-wave, because that's kind of the only place they feel safe playing, it feels like.
And they get the turret. So now it's an answer of turrets. Sentinels have 3 with that outer turret in the mid lane. Meanwhile,
so it's getting very difficult for Shopify to keep up.
And I think Darkwings will actually just get this turret. The Crystalline Overgrowth, there was 1 plate left. And Darkwings walks up, autos it a couple of times. That means no flash for the Renekton engages. No flash for Rahel either. I'm gonna keep my eyes on that, as these next fights could break out. Paranoia onto the top lane yet again. It's Zinni in the side lane. The team is coming in to try and back him up as Dominus is popped by Impact. And this time around, the Rebels are there to back up their mid laner. Darkwings flies in, shut down by B-Boy. And Shopify Rebellion. Third Dragon for Shopify Rebellion. They are 1 away from the Chemtech Dragon Soul.
Stress is happening now as Sentinels go for this Baron.
Hambach starting up Rahel, who he TPing Darkwings in as well. Impacted a forward position. Has the Dominus back up and available. Shopify will walk forward. Zazel now spots it with the ward. So the Rebels have an approach. Impact's looking for a flank around the side. Watch B-Boy, watch Zinni. Paranoia comes out as the Baron is stolen!
Contract steal!
Contracts just gets in there and snipes it away. Zinni goes forward into stasis, will fall down. His Impact is traded 1-for-1. Fudge goes in, Grim Deliverance, straight onto the back line. Darkwings is out of there. Fudge looking at the support as B-Boy's looking to take this outer bot turret.
And that's the best Baron to get, because you're not taking the time to kill it. You're just
meanwhile pushing into the tier 2 bottom turret. They have a Baron wave, and Paranoia was just used mid onto the Zehen, so they feel real confident to just keep the siege going.
B-Boy on 3 items now as well. And try and get as much gold off these turret plates as possible, as Impact is still just pushing waves on the bot side.
And Contracts has Guardian Angel available, Hambach does not. Hambach is still building towards that. So even in item completion at this point, you gotta favor the Rebellion along with their cooldown. Still no Paranoia available. It's about half off cooldown as Shopify keep the Baron Powered Wave bot hitting the inhibitor turret. Fudge, meanwhile, will take the tier 2 turret in the mid lane, and things are going up for the Rebels. Jat, they're on the precipice of punching up. This was the team that they needed to beat if they wanted to improve their standings from Spring Split. Show that they're not just a team that can eke into playoffs, but instead a team that can make other teams sweat. Contracts with the engage. Cyclone Hambach underneath the inhibitor turret, followed up by the team. B-Boy on a killing spree. Fudge with the Grim Deliverance will force Rahel to flash out of there. In goes Impact, big Crocodile, but not enough damage as the inhibitor will fall. That's mid and bot inhib down. Sentinels will live for a little while longer. The Rebels will walk away.
I mean, Shopify gets so much with that Baron, and I feel like Sentinels just got very greedy. So you can see the bot turret getting destroyed there. Impact spent so long.
Shopify have 2 waves with auto priority. Baron's coming up in 2 minutes, but the bigger thing is that Dragon Soul in 45 seconds. Paranoia comes in. Impact found a flank onto the support. Zazel takes a blast code away. He's alive for right now. Low health bar. That's a teleport in from Fudge as the rest of Shopify Rebellion are actually going to try and fight this. Zinni goes down, but it is Fudge rejoining the fight with the Death's Dance as Ahen can be the carry. But it's going to be a 4v5 fight for Shopify. Impact has now joined in.
Contract steal angle.
3 up from Sentinels. It's going to have to be a steal. But no steal. Drake secured by Sentinels. Back onto the Baron, starting it up again.
Sentinels have to go pretty fast. There's 3 super minions in the bot wave that they haven't responded to. And Shopify loses the game of chicken. They pull off of it.
But again, if they just keep Sentinels around, that's still 3 super minions in the bot lane. Rahel gets some good chunk onto Zinni right there as Zazel separated from the rest of the team. Has 2 grand entrance away as those 3 supers are pounding at an inhibitor. So Shopify Rebellion with their free pressure will take another inhibitor. Ooh, Impact actually gets there, and another wave means that maybe the inhibitor stands.
Oh,
Shopify Rebellion spot out 2 members of Sentinels in the brush. They hard engage. Who he's trying to keep them alive. Breath of Life will not be enough for Dark Wings. The hero of Sentinels has been cut down as Shopify Rebellion with that 1 kill have eliminated all of the gold lead that Sentinels had on their side. They're back on the Baron.
Gold lead doesn't matter if you never have a good condition to fight. That is going to be the Baron for sure. I gotta see how much damage has actually been done in this game. Darkwings has also been pumping damage in team fights, so really important that they were able to get him down.
You can hear them saying, they want to fight us right now, don't let them. Back off. They got to reset. They got to go for the super minions instead. Now Paranoia back into the mid lane again. Focus on B-Boy, but he is A-OK. Even with Impact trying to get on top of him, they just can't do any damage to the Victor. Contracts goes into the GA. Rahel now getting engaged on by Fudge. Pulls back 2. Fudge onto the back line is unleashed. B-Boy's on a rampage. Impact goes down. Double kill to B-Boy as Shopify Rebellion win the scrap in the mid lane. It'll be a 3-man defense from Sentinels.
They still have a ton of damage alive, though, with Dark Wings and Rahel. So Shopify have to be very careful here.
Sentinels maybe want more. The Realm Warp goes out from Dark Wings. He's only hitting the clone right now. His Contracts is able to get away. Fudge now chasing down Rahel. Lands the slow, does not hit the dreaded return. Sidestep by Rahel. B-Boy, though, buying Fudge the space he needs. Darkwing's now getting re-engaged on by Zazel and Contracts. He's able to sidestep the knockup from the Rakan, but can he dodge out Fudge? Just chasing him down!
I think that's it!
Darkwings has been grounded. Shopify Rebellion take the series 2-1.
They win a banger game 2 and 3.